Tonight, a wave of digital self-reflection is unfolding across millions of screens as Spotify Wrapped arrives once again with its unmistakable mix of pride, vulnerability, and quiet embarrassment, forcing listeners to confront the soundtrack of their lives over the past year. It is the annual moment when people look at their playlists and feel either exposed or redeemed, a moment when private habits are suddenly held up to the light. Across Australia, the results are already igniting conversations, with Taylor Swift securing the top spot in a revelation that feels both expected and deeply symbolic, her influence stretching into every corner of the country's listening culture. But beneath the headlines, a deeper story is quietly forming, one about shifting tastes, rising genres, and the emotional power of music to define an entire year. Inside Spotify's own analysis rooms, teams have been watching the trends form long before the public saw the results, but even they felt the weight of surprise as country artists began creeping into the upper ranks with a force few anticipated. Morgan Wallen's surge, the unshakable loyalty to artists like Drake, The Weeknd, and Billie Eilish, and the unstoppable dominance of pop's leading women reflected a broader hunger for voices that offered escapism, defiance, and softness all at once. And as touring artists swept through Australian cities, from Billie Eilish to global heavyweights, their presence fueled a renewed wave of emotional connection that left powerful imprints on people's listening habits, turning concerts into long-lasting digital echoes. But while Australia embraced its pop stars passionately, the global stage crowned a different force entirely. For the third time, Bad Bunny rose above all competition, carrying Latin rap onto the world's shoulders with momentum that feels historic, a reminder how sound can break borders, languages, and expectations without asking permission. Even within Australia, listeners are being pulled into that rising tide, hinting that next year's rap might look dramatically different as Latin rhythms and rap cadences carve their way into everyday playlists with growing certainty. At home, Australia's own musical identity continued fighting for space. The Wiggles remained the country's most streamed Australian act, a testament to childhood routines shaping entire household soundtracks. Meanwhile, Kid Laroi, ACRDC, and emerging bands like Amil and the Sniffers pushed their own energy into the rankings, each representing a different generation clinging to its own emotional heartbeat. Hilltop Hoods continued to stand firm, their presence echoing years of loyalty from fans who refused to let their voice fade. And with Tame Impala returning with new music, a fresh wave of psychedelic sound rippled into the charts, capturing listeners searching for something louder, larger, more consuming. The year's defining songs carry their own emotional weight. Tracks like Birds of a Feather and Gracie Abrams' growing influence pulled listeners into intimate spaces, while Alex Warren's Ordinary emerged as a shared anthem, a rare musical moment where millions quietly connected through the same simple, aching feeling of wanting more from life. These were songs people turned to late at night, in quiet drives, during uncertain days, songs that carved themselves into memory as the world kept spinning faster than anyone could catch their breath. But rap is never just data. It is a mirror that forces people to see themselves unfiltered. From country pop combinations to electronic experiments, from Addison Rae to Charlie XCX, from Australian country artist Lewis Love to rising electronic names like Skeleton, the list revealed the layers of identity people rarely speak about out loud. Some anchors admitted their top tracks were shaped by exhaustion, by sleepless nights, by the chaos of parenting, with entire playlists hijacked by their children's obsessions, Minecraft soundtracks, Sonic movie themes, and songs they barely recognized as their own. Others discovered playlists built from running routines, late-night escapes, and the strange comfort of being in the top 1% of listeners for 50 Cent, searching for rhythms strong enough to carry them forward. Every revelation, every guilty pleasure, every unexpected top song became a small reminder how life quietly shapes what we listen to, and how what we listen to quietly shapes us in return. And as millions now open their 2025 Wrapped on the Spotify mobile app, the truth is spilling everywhere, into Instagram stories, into conversations, into the digital world that watches without blinking.